Well, hello everyone and welcome to a new series. This is the NGK and NTK Esports Cup, this time here on iRacing. My name is Conry Maddock. I'm joined by Patricia Stalizzane for this particular broadcast and hopefully for the rest of the season as well. We are here live at the virtual Zolder. It's the first season of NGK NTK Sparklers Esports Cup here in at Zolder. We're about to get ourselves underway. Alexander Tiber to the line. And we're green here at Zolder, racing down the pit straight down towards turn number 1. Tiber has been able to stretch his legs pretty much immediately. Norbert Leitner has to try and cover off some hard-charging Jeffrey Lund and Vince Peters here down in towards turn number 1. Lund's going to have to be sort of caught out to dry. Ploner in a side-by-side battle with a car on the inside as well, but everything clean through the first couple of corners. Now, this is where the big trouble spot is, and perhaps I've cursed the race already as we see a driver in the wall there with quite heavy damage as they negotiate the Kleiner chicane for the first time. Car out into the gravel. Lund's dropping down the order on the timing screens as well. So we had a good first couple of corners, Patricia, but it seems like once we got to that chicane, or just before the chicane, the problem started happening. Excuse me, that was our first little incident. Sorry, these are the incidents from the first lap of things. Oh, that was Sarah Dove hard into the wall there.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. They're fighting really, really hard. And you can see that some really have different heavy styles. That was a bit of a nice push there.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is definitely the thing indeed. Is we're riding on board with Fredriksson at the moment. He's getting a lot of airtime so far in this race, so I imagine he's going to be pretty happy with that. But you can see he's getting a very, very good run for that. He gets corners and perhaps too good as he runs into the back of Romero there.
Balance the car, because as soon as you brake, you really have the whole physical forces. Oh, that was a nice move.
Yeah, it got a bit sketchy.
That was a nice move. Those guys have been on the absolute edge for the last 15 minutes because they haven't lost like a tenth back or forth, and they're pushing so hard, you can see, and they haven't, you know, like I said, the gap hasn't changed.
Of Alexander Tiber, 0.3 of a second was the gap between them, as we might have had a big incident between McAfee and Lund further down the field. That is something to talk about afterwards. You see Peters look to the inside, but he's just too far back to make it happen. And for the first race of the NGK NTK Esports Cup here on iRacing, it's Alexander Tiber taking race 1 win here at Zolder. But of course, it will be another rolling start. So we do have a bit of time to go through the race results. So Alexander Tiber taking the race win from Vince Peters by about 0.4 of a second. Then you've got Leitner, Simon, Muth, Ellen. Then you've got Ericsson, Verla, then Romero, and then Valero. It's Simonito on pole position for this one, and a whole bunch of fast drivers behind. Green flag is out. Here at Zolder, we are racing once again as you see the drivers all fan out, and you can see potentially 4, maybe even 5 wide deeper in the pack here. How's this going to turn out in towards 10 more? We've had a big incident already, a massive one through turn 1 with multiple drivers out in towards the gravel here. Orban's involved in it and those guys at the front, but that's definitely enough, especially when you have 17 minutes left in the race, as there's Hendricks hard into the wall. Yeah, I guess he's just managed to avoid it. He's like Moses part in the Red Sea. Like, he's just like, everyone's just sort of, you know, crashing around him, and he's just gone straight down the middle of it and has gained all those positions. But he's got a bit of a battle going on ahead of him at the moment. Sarah Dove and Alessandro Bender going wheel to wheel through the chicane there. And McAfee wrapped around the nose of Valero's car there. And, well, McAfee has to try and rejoin the circuit in a safe fashion, and he does. Oh, and it's going to be a big one. This is going to be a very, very big one. Oh, it's a bit of a tangle there. Down in towards the second chicane. Verla involved in it. Kaibach involved in it. And a couple more cars as well. But you can see here the big stack up coming out of the chicane. Ericsson in that red car trying to find a way through because he gained a whole bunch out of that. He gained all of the momentum indeed. And then coming into the corner, just not clear to go to the inside there. There's still a car with an overlap. This one might get a little bit spicy inside the final 2 minutes of this race number 2 of this meeting at Zolder. As we see Bender looking to the inside, looking to the outside. So as we see the battle going on at the front of this particular battle pack, as Peters tries to stick his nose in there, perhaps where it doesn't belong. to then carry the speed down the straight. But meanwhile, further ahead, all on his lonesome, is Sergey Maturana taking the race to win here at Zolder in the NGK and NTK Esports Cup. A fantastic drive indeed from a reverse grid P2. Let's have a look then at your unofficial race results from race number 2. We've got Sergey Maturana winning by just shy of 4 seconds over Gal Valero. Then you've got Alessio Bender in P3. Vince Peters from near enough the back of the field ends up in P4 with Alexander Viewers in P5.